Guys, guys, we're transferring to the sunroom. Guys.
We're going to open our Bibles to 1 Samuel, chapter 1. And we're going to be reading verse 5. So today we're going to be talking about the story of Hannah. Sorry that my glare for my glasses, guys. I really wanted to focus on the verse that says, "But to Hannah he gave a double portion because he loved her, and the Lord had closed her womb." So I wanted to talk about who Hannah was. Hannah had a husband. His name was Elkanah, and he had two wives. So his first wife was Penina, and his second wife was Hannah. Hannah did not have any children. It says here in the verse that the Lord had closed her womb. So he was the one who didn't allow her to have children, not because God is bad, but just because that's what he decided to do. That was his plan. And this wasn't something that was so okay for her. This was something that she struggled with daily. This is something that she struggled with specifically yearly. It says that every time that they were going to go make that sacrifice, and Elkanah used to do that for his family, Penina, which was his other wife, she used to tease Hannah or like taunt her and be kind of rude to her and make fun of her because she didn't have children. And it says in the Bible that this fell so heavy on Hannah's heart that oftentimes she wasn't able to eat. Hannah, she wasn't a bad person. It's not that she did anything wrong. It wasn't that she was being punished. You can see for so many reasons why Hannah was sad, right? The first reason being, as a woman, especially during those times, it was very important for you to have children, especially sons. And Penina already had these children. Hannah knew Penina's kids were going to take everything. And she was feeling like, wow, this is my duty as a woman, and it's not being fulfilled. We also see it was very saddening for her to feel like, wow, God, like I've always wanted to be a mother and I can't be a mom. Why have you allowed this to happen to me, right? She goes to the temple and she starts crying before God, pleading with God, like in whispers, and they thought that she was drunk. So they even said to her, like, go away, stop in your drunkenness. And she explained, like, no, I just want a child, and I'm talking to God. And that was what happened with Hannah. So now I wanted to talk about Penina in a different aspect today, right? The name Penina, which was Elkanah's other wife, means precious stone. And Penina kind of had everything, right? So she must have felt complete. She must have felt like, okay, I have a husband, I have a family, I have dreams, I have hopes that I can look forward to. And she must have felt complete, like a prize. But Penina was missing something. And this is the point that I want to get to today. We're going to be talking about what a portion is. In 1 Samuel 1:5 that we read, it says, "But to Hannah he gave a double portion because he loved her, and the Lord had closed her womb." So I wanted to talk about what is our portion, right? Penina, in this case, instead of her whole being God and being love, her portion was arrogance, right? She had everything else, but the portion that she was exhibiting in her life was arrogance. And what happens when we put a portion into our life that isn't God? Then we're not able to give God the exact amount of time and of love that he deserves. When the Lord is our portion, we thrive. Everything we do thrives. So let's say I have detergent in one cup, and let's say I have slime. If I put water in both of those things, they're going to expand. If I put oil into that detergent, it's ruined. If I put oil into the slime, it's ruined. And why is that? It represents that the Lord is our portion. He's the one who makes our dreams and our hopes and our wants expand. When we put something else that is not God into the mix, it makes it something that is ruined. Penina, in this case, had everything that she could have ever wanted, but that arrogance came in and it killed everything else. That was like the oil that came in and ruined everything else. Of course, it's not an easy situation. It will make it seem like, Penina had one job, to be nice. No. Penina, I'm sure that it was difficult to see her husband also marry someone else. That's something that we don't imagine now because those are things that don't happen nowadays, but back then that was very common. And I'm sure that it hurt her, and she felt like she had the upper hand. She felt like she had to compete. And that's where the arrogance came in. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make myself feel better by putting her down. And when the Lord is not our portion and we're allowing little things to come in and be our portion instead of God, instead of his love, instead of his mercy, that's where we fail. And I just want you to analyze in your life right now. Just be true to yourself. Like, what is my portion? What am I making my portion? Because when we see in the story of Hannah as well, Hannah is told by her husband, don't I mean more to you than 10 sons? And this was his way of trying to make her feel better, trying to make her eat, trying to make her happier. And for her, it was like, man, I have my husband, I have love, I have all of these things. But not until she went before the Lord was she able to actually have her portion, actually have her petition fulfilled. Hannah, not until she went before the Lord and she asked him and she begged him and she pleaded with him, it says that the Lord remembered her and gave her a son, right? And it's so beautiful to know that, because not only was Hannah suffice with the fact that she had a husband, or that she had someone who was going to give her double of everything because he loved her so much, she still knew that the only person who could help her was the Lord. And when we become those people, right? When we become the people who are like, man, I need help, or there's something in your heart that's saying, God, I need your help. That's you putting yourself in a vulnerable position, and that you're awesome for that. But imagine being awesome because God made you awesome, because God has been guiding you to be the person that you're being. Have you ever seen someone and you're like, man, they're so cool, like they're such an awesome person, and you're so like intrigued by who they are, right? You're so intrigued and you're like, man, I want to be that. Why were they that though? You know, it was because God had allowed them to be that in that moment for us. Because the people that we look up to now, the people that we looked up to before, it's because we one day wanted to be that, right? I wanted to dress nice enough, or talk well enough, or sing good enough, or preach good enough to be able to be that, right? And it's because we can do that now, as long as the Holy Spirit is with us, as long as we're making God our portion and we're making everything that we do come from him first. You know, if he's the one who's planting us and he's the one who's helping us grow, everything needs to come out of him. And who knows if God has called you for a time like this. Maybe you're going through like a sadness, or you're going through a hard time during this quarantine because it's not something easy. Maybe you're having a hard time and your family's fighting a lot. Maybe you're in really bad housing situations right now and you just don't know where to turn to. The Lord is your portion, and that's something that we need to hold on to. The Lord is our portion. He's going to push us through. He's going to be the one to help us. He's going to be the one who guides us in the right way. In the Bible, it says in Lamentations 3:24, it says, I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him. And when it says wait for him, it doesn't mean wait on him, right? Because when we wait on someone, we're like, okay, I'm waiting on you. Like, where are you going? Like, hello, speed it up, let's go. No, it says I will wait for him. It's saying I will stop everything in my time. I will stop all my tracks, everything that I need to stop, and wait for him to come, for him to be my portion, for him to fulfill what needs to be fulfilled in me. When you're expanding, it hurts to grow, right? It hurts to find yourself in hardship. It hurts to find yourself in trials and tribulations. But at the same time, it's God saying, I'm expanding you. I'm not ruining you. I'm not changing you. I'm expanding who you are. Hope that was useful, the study. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining Bible study today. I hope that this was able to, benefit you in some type of way. I'm just letting everyone know I will be doing Bible studies again Thursday nights for sure at 9 o'clock. It's going to be through Instagram Live. Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock, we have Bible study through Zoom with the youth from my church as well. It's been actually really fun. Bye guys, God bless.